Governor Henry McMaster has served as the state's 117th governor since Governor Nikki Haley resigned in January 2017 after being confirmed as President Donald Trump's ambassador to the United Nations at the recommendation of McMaster, who was lieutenant governor at the time. By ascending, McMaster, a party insider, fulfilled a lifelong dream of becoming governor. He won his first term after a tight primary runoff in 2018, thanks in part to Donald Trump, who McMaster endorsed before any other statewide elected official in 2016. McMaster was easily reelected to his second and final term in 2022 and became the longest-serving governor this past January. Alan Wilson has served as South Carolina Attorney General since 2011, winning 4 terms statewide to serve as the chief law enforcement officer for the state. Wilson is a 52-year-old resident of Lexington County. He is married with 2 children and is the son of 2nd District Congressman Joe Wilson. Allen has enjoined the state in lawsuits against the federal government, including a $600 million settlement over plutonium stored at the Savannah River site. He's actively worked to combat human trafficking, domestic violence, child predators, and fighting drug abuse, among other initiatives. In late June, he made the long-awaited decision to jump in the race.
Together, we will reach our full potential and capitalize on the opportunities in front of us. We'll leave no stone unturned, no call unanswered. We will again deliver for the people of South Carolina and reclaim our standing as the envy of the South, a beacon of opportunity. As your governor, we'll deliver meaningful relief to hardworking people. We're going to finally eliminate the state income tax.
Wilson has continued to elevate his profile through court cases that have national ties and South Carolina implications. State Senator Josh Kimbrell of Spartanburg got in the race shortly after Wilson in June. The 2-term senator has positioned himself in a similar lane and has championed such issues as stricter abortion laws, tort reform changes, and voted for removing Treasurer Curtis Loftus from office over the mismanagement of funds. Since his announcement, Kimbrell has had few appearances on the campaign trail and has been ensnared in legal issues stemming from an aircraft leasing company he was until recently a partner in. Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evette has also jumped in the race, but before November 2017, she was relatively unknown. That's when Governor McMaster announced Evette as his running mate.
The next Lieutenant Governor of South Carolina, Pamela Evette. Pamela.
Thrusting the businesswoman into the world of politics in what was the first time a South Carolina governor was able to pick their lieutenant governor following a change to the Constitution.
I was considering who would be the right running mate, the right candidate, and the right lieutenant governor to work with me. And all signs pointed to Pamela Evette. When I met Pamela and understood her background, her family, and met her family and her business background and great success and deep experience in business, oftentimes having to navigate through government regulations and taxes and those sorts of things, I thought she was exactly the right candidate for right now in South Carolina.
In July, Evette gathered 1,000 supporters at her launch in the upstate Republican stronghold in Greenville, which is close to Travelers Rest, which her family has called home since she moved to the state more than 2 decades before.
You can choose someone who has stood with Governor Henry McMaster since the beginning and helped deliver one of the greatest legacies of conservative government in America. Or you can choose from a menu of career politicians who say pretty things and can't and will never get it delivered. You can choose a businesswoman, an entrepreneur, a woman of faith, and a mother of 3, or you can choose another career politician who has no idea what it takes to run a successful business, let alone growing state.
Evette has a strong relationship with McMaster as his second in command, and she's looking to build off of McMaster's accomplished legislative legacy. All the contenders are looking to get as close as possible to President Donald Trump, who is extremely popular among Republican primary voters who will cast ballots for who they want to be the nominee next June. Evette has touted her unwavering support for Trump since 2016 and has been at all of his South Carolina events, including the announcement of his executive team at the State House in January 2023 and at the massive July 4th rally in Pickens later that year. In late July, 5th District Republican Congressman Ralph Norman announced that he was running for governor before some 750 people in Rock Hill. Norman, who is 72, is a member of the far-right House Freedom Caucus and has found himself as a key vote in the middle of major situations, spanning government shutdowns, spending debates, and speaker elections. Norman has held the seat since a special election in 2017 following the resignation of Mick Mulvaney after he was confirmed by the U.S. Senate to lead the Office of Management and Budget in Trump's first administration. Norman also gave shout-outs to members of the South Carolina House Freedom Caucus, the more than 12 far-right Republicans who have caused headaches for Republican Party leadership in Columbia.
We do not need more career politicians, folks, or lawyers running government. We need business leaders, people who have signed the front of a paycheck and people who have signed the back of a paycheck. Folks who have built something, taken risks, made money, yes, and lost money. I've done both. And it's exactly the kind of real-world experience that I have had, and that we need those experiences from people who choose to serve in public office. Thankfully, as Mark said, we have a great businessman and fellow developer back in the White House. What a difference 6 months has made in this country.
Norman received the endorsement of the entire House Freedom Caucus, as well as that of former Governor Nikki Haley. While Norman endorsed his good friend Haley for president in 2024, he is still a Trump supporter through and through, and like others in the race, is hoping for his endorsement. 1st District Congresswoman Nancy Mace has been teasing a run since the start of the year, and in early August, she made it official before 150 people on the campus of her alma mater, the Citadel, in which she was the first woman to graduate from the Military College of South Carolina in 1999. Mace is 47, and before being elected to Congress in 2020, she represented District 99 in the State House of Representatives, winning a 2017 special election. Mace has the strongest name ID in the race and has a reputation nationally, thanks in part to her media savvy and her ability to get on camera, something she mastered following the attempted insurrection on January 6, where she came out hard against President Donald Trump, though did not vote to impeach him. The two have had a bit of a fraught relationship because of that, though it has mended over the years. Mace, too, is working hard to get that critical Trump endorsement in a race in which she is one of 5. Mace has also drawn major headlines for her crass behavior at times.
It's Nancy Mace, spelled like the pepper spray. But if you're one of my political foes, I want to remind you that mace is also a medieval weapon. A weapon that I use on the Oversight Committee to go after the Biden crime family day in and day out in Congress.
Her ability to get in the middle of a major national event like voting to oust former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, or getting the president on the phone to sway members like Ralph Norman in January to keep Speaker Mike Johnson in his spot. Mace has fought strongly for women's rights by blasting the transgender movement and wishes to bring that fiery rhetoric to the bully pulpit of the governor's mansion.
We will hold the line against the gender cult that has invaded our schools. And we've seen it. Just a few months ago, I noted how Clemson University had 15 genders on a form. Did you know male and female were not 2 of the options? So you know what we did? We made a statement about it. And you know what Clemson did 3 hours later? They took the form down. And I'm not even governor yet. So imagine what we can do from the capital of Columbia when we are governor.
And the first Democrat has jumped in the race, trial lawyer Mullins McLeod. McLeod has become recently well known due to his disorderly conduct incident that involved him in downtown Charleston on May 14th. According to the Post and Courier, McLeod's lawyer Sean Kent said that the incident stemmed from a mental health episode and exhaustion. The incident has prompted the South Carolina Democratic Party to ask McLeod to suspend his campaign, with State Democratic Party Chairwoman Crystal Spain saying it is clear that McLeod is navigating profound challenges and should focus on his mental and emotional well-being.